Welcome to Pure Country Reacts, and we are going to do another episode of my favorite TikToker, which is the Sassy Nurse. And it's starting to pick up a little bit on our channel. He does some great little skits, and everything that he does is typically regarding healthcare. And there's some really good stuff out there. There's some serious stuff. There's some not serious stuff, some funny stuff. But it is all around nursing, and I think this guy is he's hilarious. He's very smart. He's articulate when he needs to be, and I just really enjoy his stuff. So I think this is episode 3 of the Sassy Nurse. So let's see what the Sassy Nurse has to say.
Today is a good day, young'uns, because today Sassy is going to go see the origins of the Sassy.
The origins of the Sassy.
Maybe like 2 times since the Coco started, but this is a good day. This comment killed me because we're going to do a little series over the Appalachian people. Now, people can think what they want. They a pain in the ass. Yes, you heard that right. We is. But they're some of the most interesting people that you will ever meet. A lot of people really leave out a lot of like the mystery, folklore, hillbilly voodoo. But they a lot down here. People just think we're a bunch of buck-toothed hillbillies. But the thing with stereotypes, they're usually right. I was buck-toothed. I had that shit shaved off. You can fix anything with a little money, honey. We can talk about all that. These old-time Appalachian people, now they just called it the old-timers ways. I've heard mountain conjuring too, but that's practiced a lot. But you didn't call it witchcraft, because you know that's Christians. And they believe that shit sends you to hell. But I don't care what they say. They mountain witches. They're one of them. Today is a good day, young'uns, because today, Sassy is going to go see...
This my great-granny was a herbal witch. She used plants to cure my aunt's
diphtheria.
I mean, you wonder why they say it's not witch.
Throwback Veggies, my favorite nursing stories.
Yes.
What's it like getting a report from a nursing home? Ooh, girl, don't answer that shit. It's 6:30. Just let it rain, girl. ER, this is Nurse Dumas. How can I help you today? This is Cheryl over at the nursing home. Honey, got a patient that ain't seen you. He's got the gurgles. Just try to stay calm, honey. Everything's gonna be okay. You talking to Cheryl? Oh, hell. Like the blind leading the blind. Girl, give me that phone. And then what happened? Maybe you've got him on too much oxygen. Oh, my damn. Hey! Bitch, I said give me that phone. Cheryl. That was rude. Go ahead, Cheryl. This is Nada? You're confusing me so bad.
I love Nader.
Okay, honey, you stay that way. Go ahead, honey. Just tell me about the patient. He's on room air. He's not breathing good, Anita. He was getting tube feeding. I flushed it 3 days ago. It was fine. 3 days? Girl, suction it. Girl, we don't have respiratory. Huh? You checked residual? Something? Yeah, we got 10. Oh, that's not too bad, girl. 1,000.
Yeah! I want to talk about the Appalachian. Bougie, classic, hillbilly ratchet. You
Let's
think
hear
nursing, healthcare, difficult in some of these other areas? Oh, damn, child. These mountains, they're the 2nd oldest mountain range, I believe, in the world. Some dark hillbilly voodoo going on up around here. These ain't people of science, okay? These ain't people of trust, okay? These the kind of people. Don't get me wrong, I'm from here, so I know what I'm talking about. These kind of people gotta get their medical advice from the grocery bagger at the local Piggly Wiggly. I said what I motherfucking said. They don't respond. Being told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, why to do it, and they sure as hell don't trust medicine. I mean, hell, they spent the last couple 100 years eating every animal, tree limb, leaf, berry, cobweb, possum's carcass, while their resiliency is infuriating to medical professionals. It's also intriguing. Like people who stuff their bed sores with potatoes. They come into the hospital with eyes on the potatoes. That's how long they've been there. We're gonna get into that in part 2's other areas. Appalachian remedies. Now, growing up in the middle of fucking nowhere, I've ate every root, every twig, every berry. Herbalism, if you will, fascinates me. When I'm having a toothache, I can run outside, grab some Pantene from the yard, and stop my toothache. No Motrin necessary. But don't get me wrong, I'm a nurse. I hurt all over, so I still take Motrin. We ain't drinking no NyQuil up here. We be making hot toddies. 1 swig, and you're drunk as fuck. On moonshine and lemon juice, but by hell it works.
That's right.
I'm basically pickled. Be putting taters on wounds, putting tobacco on bowls, people putting mustard on burns. Onions on stings, finding a seventh son of a seventh son, blowing in the mouth of a babe, curing the thrush. We be selling warts for 1 copper penny, cutting notches in limbs of a willow tree, getting rid of warts. I swear to my damn, I had every single procedure known to man. Cut, burnt, all the medicine. That damn willow limb was the only thing got rid of this wart. Can't explain it. Part 3.
Yeah, and I'm going to stop that right there because living in the South, now he's in the South, but he's from Appalachia, so I wasn't like that far. We're farther south. We're actually in South Carolina. But a lot of what he's saying is actually true because, and Lexi knows the stories, and this has nothing to do with Sassy Nurse, but it does have to do with like the old wives' tales and the home remedies and stuff like that. Because I used to have a great grandmother actually, who could pray blood away.
Now, growing up in the middle of I've ate every root, every twig, every berry. Herbalism, if you will, fascinates me. When I'm having a toothache, I can run outside, grab some Pantene from the yard, and stop my toothache. No Motrin necessary. But don't get me wrong, I'm a nurse. I hurt all over, so I still take Motrin. We ain't drinking no NyQuil up here. We be making hot toddies, 1 swig, and you're drunk as fuck. On moonshine and lemon juice, but by hell it works. I'm always coughing. I'm basically pickling. Be putting taters on wounds, putting tobacco on boils, mustard on burns, onions on stings, finding a seventh son of a seventh son, blowing in the mouth of a babe, curing.
Alright. So, I had to go back through and start listening to this again because I lost my thought just as quick as it came. So I'm going to let this finish, and then I'm weighing in on this because we are from the South.
And the thrush. We be selling warts for 1 copper penny, cutting notches in limbs of a willow tree, getting rid of warts. I swear to my damn, I had every single procedure known to man. Cut, burnt, all the medicine. That damn willow limb was the only thing got rid of this wart. Can't explain.
Okay, so he's talking about how people in the South, and like I say, he's from Appalachia, so that's totally different than us. We're in South Carolina, born here, live here my whole life. So what he's saying is old wives' tales, things that they used to do in a long time ago, because, I mean, years and years and years ago, I mean, even before my existence or my mom's existence, doctors used to make house calls. But women had things that they did at home, okay? He mentioned, number 1, he was talking about moonshine with light lemon in it, okay? So the thing really now is to get R-O-R. No, R&R is what we call it, but it's rock and rye. And you put lemon and honey in it, a little bit of warm water, a little bit of boiling water, and you drink it. You cover up with a blanket, and you sweat out whatever's in you. If you sick, what you run in fever, whatever. You drink that, not a whole bottle, obviously, but you drink that, and you cover up, and you lay there, and you sweat that fever away. No lie. And as a small child, yeah, I used to do that too. And rock and rye, yeah, it's alcohol. I don't know if it's whiskey or what it is, but yeah, it was given to me as a child. And then you were covered up and you weren't allowed to come out to breathe. It was terrible. But it worked, okay? It worked. He also mentioned people blowing in other people's mouths to cure thrush. Now, this is an old wives' tale, but this is, however, something that is true. As a small child, as an infant, I had thrush. Now, the way it goes is if you know a man who has never met his father, he can blow in the mouth of a baby with thrush and it'll go away. This is something that was done to me as a small infant when I had thrush. My mother's best friend's husband, he had died, I believe, in war or something like that, in a war, while his mother was pregnant with him. So he never met his father. So my mother had been talking to her friend about, stuff like that. And she was like, well, my husband had never met his father. So I was taken to him and he blew in my mouth and my thrush went away. A lot of these are old wives' tales. However, this does border on witchcraft. Okay. And we're not talking about green witches with long warty nose and big, black pointy hats with their cauldrons and all that shit. We're talking about people who can do things to help other people. And these are the things that get passed down. My great-grandmother, could pray blood away. I suffered as a small child with nosebleeds, all the time nosebleeds. I had thin tissues in my nose, and I would wake up a lot of times, and my pillow would be covered in blood where I had nosebleeds in the night. And every time this happened, or if I would be playing and my nose would start bleeding, my mom would get me in the car, we'd go to my great granny's house, and I would just, sort of kind of wait there for a couple minutes while everything was quiet, and my great grandmother did whatever it was she was doing, whatever her prayer was, and my nosebleeds would stop. I suffered for this for many years, and eventually had to be taken to an ear, nose, and throat doctor, where they kindly cauterized the tissues in my nose, because my tissues in my nose were very thin, which was causing the nosebleeds. I remember that doctor visit because it was so painful. But these are actually true things, and a lot of people that aren't from the South look at us like we're idiots, like we don't know what we're talking about. Hillbillies. Yeah, we don't know things because we do things differently. Yeah, we do depend on actual natural medicines and stuff like that. But like he was talking about with bed sores, packed with potatoes. I never saw that. I don't know. I can't weigh in on that. But I had a wart on this finger, and it spread to where it bends, where it touches some for some reason. And I had some on the side of my fingernail, and one of my aunts had even mentioned something about cutting a potato, rubbing the warts with the potato, and burying it somewhere in the yard. These things come from somewhere, and a lot of these actually do work. Now, does that mean you should get rid of your doctor, your gynecologist, your eye doctor, your proctologist, your podiatrist? No, obviously not. But there were things that people used to do, and some people still do, in order to take care of some of these little problems. So, what he's saying is absolutely 100% true, and because I've experienced them, or I have known about some of those. And so that's just an interesting point I wanted to make from one country person to another. What's part 3?
Appalachian medicine, the old ways. Now, if you're lucky enough to finally get one of these old timers to come to the hospital, you have got a mess. Because by the time they get there, you peel it off, the entire produce section off their body. Pulling taters out their eyes, onions out their socks, peppers out their ears. They even believe pouring urine in your ear takes care of an earache.
Yes, I've heard that.
I've had to irrigate an ear to get the urine out. Or a patient will come in with second-degree burns for a week. That's no trouble. We perform magic here at the Hogwarts. They have this legend of people that talk out the fire. Now, if you flip to your holy book, to Ezekiel 6:16, 16:6, I cannot remember. The chant is there. And they will let each other incinerate before coming to the hospital. They're burnt to a crisp, but they're in no pain. Because for some reason, something about it works. I can't explain it. It's absolute witchcraft. A lot of them die from sepsis. There's not a verse for that. Part 4, Appalachian medicine.
So, and that actually reminded me of one other thing I wanted to say before we move on past that. The thing is, as a lot of older people, now I am, gosh, I'm telling you, I am 53, okay? My grandmother passed away in her 80s, but most of my aunts, and my mother was one of 8 children, and there was 2 boys, and then the rest were girls. The majority, not all of them, I think maybe 2 or 3 of the aunts did not dip snuff, okay? But most older people back in the day dipped snuff, men dipped tobacco, things like that, okay? So for bee stings, you would get someone to that dipped snuff to get some of their snuffed saliva and spit on your bee sting if you got stung. Totally gross, but it actually sort of kind of worked. I was allergic to bee stings as a child, and every time we'd have to either go to my grandmother's house or my neighbor's house, who was also old, and she also dipped snuff too. So then you would have to go over there, and they would have to spit the snuff juice on your bee sting. Is really gross, but some of these things actually really do work. And what he's saying, and I'm so glad that I'm not one of these people looking at him and going, what the hell are you talking about? Because the shiz is true. Seriously, it is really true, and I'm proud of my Southern heritage and pass it down to this one. Yes. So anyway, yeah. There's a part 4.
Now, while sometimes things go a little awry in some of their practices, the most infuriating thing about it is how many times this cray-cray juju does what it's supposed to do. And it doesn't matter. You believe in signs, believe in witchcraft, believe in voodoo, believe in medicine, believe in the spirits. Some of it just makes no fucking sense. Example, I had a patient bleeding out one time. Literally, I would rapid transfuse a dozen units of blood in literally minutes. And I'd watch it all come right back out into the floor. Rinse and repeat. This little homely man walks up in the middle of absolute chaos. And by chaos, I mean me running around like I'm crazy, trying to keep this patient alive. And apparently there's this verse, maybe in the Psalms, I'm not sure. Stop bleeding. You do that, my friend. I'm gonna go get more blood. So I'm running like Roadrunner, running the blood bank, and I come
And that's what I was talking about a minute ago with praying the blood away. Thank you.
back. Motherfucker ain't bleeding no more. I quit a long time ago trying to explain anything that happened.
Where do you say that with that? Ezekiel?
Part 5. Appalachian.
Yeah, I think.
So let me just stop that and also say that unfortunately that was something that was in our family. The way that typically works as well. I gotta take a picture of this. Somebody put it's Ezekiel 16:6. It does work. Now, and I've got to do this because where's my camera?
That's why you don't have it.
So my thing is, my grandmother prayed blood away. Now, how it was taught or how it was supposed to be passed down is her generation, because she was the only one that did it, was to pass it down to the next generation, which would have been one of my uncles, because since she was female, it had to be passed down to a male
And
in the
vice versa.
next generation. And he was supposed to pass down to the next generation, which would have been my generation, and it would have been a female. However, unfortunately, he passed away before passing that on, and I'm really glad that someone in the comments actually put that it's in Ezekiel in the Bible, and probably after we make this, I'm gonna go look that up, okay? Because it did work, because like I say, it was a young child. My mother, fortunately, she lived in the same town we were. It was like a 2-second drive away. Thing is you can't do it from like, I would be at home and she could be, doing it at her home over the phone, because if there was a stream or a body of water in between the two houses, it wouldn't work. So you could not have a body of water in between you. So we always drove to her house. In a few minutes, she did and it was silent. She's not doing it out loud. My nosebleeds would stop, and my nosebleeds were really, really bad. So he's telling the truth.
Appalachian folk.
Oh, part 5.
So if you thought the rest of this
Yes.
series was weird, just wait. The folklore, old wives' tales, are just as crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but somewhat accurate. Don't ask me. I'm over here reading Gray's Anatomy and the Lippincott Manual of Nursing. I have no idea. Women who are menstruating are advised not to shower on their first day because they'll cramp till they die. You also can't go around cucumbers in the garden because it will kill all the cucumbers. I never seen that, but every old person swears this is true. You go around their
I never heard
cucumbers,
that,
you go into menstruation,
unfortunately,
you get your
but we don't
ass
have
whooped.
gardens
They
either.
love them cucumbers. You enter through a door. You must also exit through the same door. Doesn't say
Correct.
why. It just fucking is. You never kill a cricket, a ladybug, or a dragonfly.
Yes.
Or you'll burn in hell. Just
Yes.
kidding, but you get bad luck. If you dream of a baby being born,
Somebody's gonna
will
die.
Dream of somebody dying, somebody will be born.
Thank
don't
you.
Dream at all. Everyone dies. When a person dies, you have to stop the clock in that room, or you die. Just kidding. It's bad luck again. Don't break a mirror. Never open an umbrella inside of a house, or you die. Maybe 6. Appalachian.
Don't break a mirror.
Don't break a mirror. There's actually a lot of the things that are said to be bad luck. I don't know where they come from, but my daughter, and as I said, we'll get into this further on into our series of different things. She is actually someone spiritual who is required to have a mentor through her spiritual path for a certain amount of time. Anyway, the thing is, I didn't do it. I had a
Portable vacuum.
it's a vacuum that does it on its own. So that's like what a mechanical something. I don't know. You just set times on it, and it would start vacuuming your house at those set times. It accidentally ran into a mirror in my daughter's room, and I'm very, very superstitious. These are a lot of things he's talking about as superstitions. Okay, and the superstition has always been don't break a mirror because it's 7 years bad luck. So I texted her mentor, and I said, okay, is there any way around the fact that a mirror just got broke? She's like, okay, who broke the mirror? I'm like, nobody. It was the vacuum that did it. It was the motorized vacuum, or I can't remember what the stupid things are called. Who bought the vacuum? Well, I did. Guess who gets the bad luck? Okay, so yeah, he's talking about old wives' tales, and this is bad luck and that's bad luck. Okay, I was always told, I stayed with my grandmother when my mother was working. She was actually like my daycare, my child care, whatever. And she sewed for a living. Okay, she made clothes and blankets and pantsuits and dresses and you name it, my grandmother, and that is how she made her money. When she was hemming things, she would sit in her rocking chair while she was hemming whatever she had been sewing. And if you ever rocked the rocking chair with no one in it, she would probably have slapped me across the room. Don't rock that rocking chair with nobody in it. I mean, there are very, very specific things that you can and cannot do. Now, I did not want to raise my child with all the superstitions that I was raised with. Like, you're not supposed to cut your fingernails on Sundays. I don't know why. You just weren't supposed to do it. So when I got married to her dad, he knows you don't cut your fingernails on Sundays, okay? I didn't teach her these things. Somehow they sort of kind of rub off on her. You don't sit a hat on a bed or you're going to be disappointed. People in the South, that's why people probably look at us like we're crazy, but these things come from somewhere, okay? So, that being said...
They get the point.
Yeah, this is from another Southern person, and I am absolutely vouching for what Sassy Nurse says. This shit is true. Believe it.
And even my mentor says that superstitions are true and you need to read up on all of them.
Exactly. Her response to me when I said, can I get out of the 7 years of bad luck? Her response to me was, no.
Part 6.
Part
6.
Life tales and superstitions. Spitting on a newborn child brings that child good luck.
I never heard that.
Not in this pandemic.
No, I didn't do it.
But outside of the pandemic, apparently it works. If a person is single, never sweep under their feet, or they will never
get married.
Never rock. Empty rocking chair, or it will summon the devil. I know that's what it says.
Told you.
Never let your newborn baby around a cat, cause it will steal its breath.
It will steal its breath.
Will suck the lives from all the children of Salem. For sunrise, otherwise it's curtains. I do love Hocus Pocus. Winnie! If you open a knife, have to close it, or it cuts the ties that binds you to this life. You can use groundhog grease for an ear infection. Or the next one you see on the road, you grab that booger or use it for something. Dinner, whatever. You must ensure that every kid rolls off the bed before 1 year of age, or they'll die. There are so many rules to live here. If you spill salt, you must immediately pick it up and throw it over
your shoulder.
If you throw it over your right shoulder, you'll just have to pick it up and do it again, because it doesn't work unless it's the left. I'm running out of battery. To be continued. Part 7.
And that's actually what I do too. And I know I've got, since this is all the stuff that I grew up with in my life, and I tried not to teach her because I didn't want her to walk around in fear of everything. Yeah, when salt gets spilled, I can never remember which shoulder it is. So I typically throw it over both. Foot. Yeah, you know, you don't just knock it. I mean, you can like go ahead and get it off after. Throw it over your shoulder, okay? Just do it. Do what the man said.
We're going to have to take a little break on the Appalachian folklore, because apparently I have pissed off one of the mountain conjurers. Gonna tell all their secrets, and they broke my phone. When I start to talk about it, phone just goes but it's only on here. The speaker on no other app is messed up. Bitch must be watching me on TikTok. But homie ain't fucking around with that today. Says I. But can you all hear the static? Or is it just here?
Nope, I hear it.
I don't know, but it's driving me crazy. But it's only when I get on TikTok. So whatever hill witch that I have pissed off, you can go ahead and undo this. Thank you. A little break.
Sounds about right.
Excuse me? Healthcare and the southern lingo. All
Yes.
that patients use for vagina. I swear to my damn, you can't make this shit up. Hey, what the damn? I forgot my hat. What's wrong with you, honey? Your squirrel's itching. Probably just a bad nut. Come on back. What's going on with you, honey? You got the beaver fever. Oh, damn, girl, that's not good. Oh, come on back, honey. What's going on with you, honey? You got something in your cooter. Come on back, honey. We fix you. What's going on with you, honey? Something wrong with your flower? What else? Come on back, girl. We'll trim your stem. What's wrong with you, honey? There's something wrong with your frog. Hop on back, girl. We'll take care of it. What is this, vagina day? What's wrong
The
with
vagina
your
day?
Your pocketbook. Now, you talking about a prolapse vagina? Or are you talking about your actual pocketbook? I always got to double check on that one. Giner. We like enterprise.
Giner.
We'll pick you back up, freak. What's the matter, honey? You hurting in your giner. Come on back, girl. Another one? Everybody's vagina messed up today. What's the matter with your vagina, honey?
Giner
You know
day.
what I'm talking about. A vagina is a snatch, honey. Never mind, just come on back. Swear to
That's
my
right.
God, you gotta know 12 languages to work in the South.
That.
Throwback bitches.
Yes.
My favorite nursing stories. Things that make nurses lose their shit. Lord, honey, hell is burning down around us, honey. I kind of feel right at home. I swear, girl, you're too stupid to know when your own ship's a sinking. Whose ship is sinking? Oh my damn.
Oh my
I don't
damn.
think it could get any worse. It's okay, girl. I've come to expect this from you, and I'm prepared. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, this is Roaster. Got a 764578932 Yeah, that's about right. It's Mama Hen, asshole. Go ahead. What kind of stupid shit you bringing in here today, Rooster? Looks like a rash, Mama Hen, of unknown origin. By the way, you getting that patient, Gertie?
That'd be
Rachel
EMS.
said she's had it for 3 days. We didn't do no vitals. Put a 24 gauge in her big toe. Yeah, I don't give a shit, Rooster. We're pulling around back. See, it's rash, honey. Oh, Rooster, you stupid son of a bitch. I had a rash, honey. That's a bed bug. Fuck this. Set him on fire. Rooster, take that shit. Oh, hell no. Why are we screaming? Part 2 of 2. Why is everybody screaming? Release the Kraken. Beelzebub, Orchid, whoever.
That must have been a bed bug. It was.
You need to know what's going on, girl. Sacrifice that bitch. I'm gonna work from outside. Not with me, bitch. Rooster, honey. We need a getaway car, honey. Hell no. Drive, man, drive. Some bitch left us. We're all gonna die down here. I'm too pretty to die. I know, and you had so much whoring left to do. Excuse me. What is all the commotion? Bed bugs, Doc. A bed bug? Where? It's on your forehead. I'll get it. It's a minute. Well, damn. Broke my whacking stick. I think we got it, Doc. Oh my God. Another successful treatment. I beg pardon. Where'd Gertie go? Mama Hen, I got a stowaway. Sorry, I panicked. We're bringing your nurse back.
Oh,
Your
my
fingers
God.
can burn in ever. Things that make us want to throw punch, doctor.
Yeah.
Part 1, because we're starting back over. Fuck you, TikTok. Who has the patient? Yeah, what you need, honey? In room 7. Don't I look busy to you? These hands look like they're not moving. Excuse me. You heard what the hell I said. The patient in bed 7 is needing a cup of ice. The patient needs ice. Well, I want a cup of ice. Clearly, I need to call the hand surgeon. Hand surgeon? Plastics. Got it. Because if you asking me, hello? To get a cup of ice? Yeah, your hands must be broke. Yeah, we need plastics. Gertie, what the hell you doing? Stat. Bitch, put that phone down. Girl, I'm being a smart ass. Well, fuck. Swear you dumb as hell. Damn. Bloody hell. I'm working with buffoons. I'll take the bloody ice.
Yeah, you do that.
What do you do here? What do I do? What do I do? I beg pardon? Oh, you just fucked up. 1, because thing. Southern lingo. Part 3. Alternate names. Patients use. For
Yeah.
penis. Hi, I'm Nurse Dumas. What's going on with you today? I'm sorry, what? Your wiener's itching. What does that mean? Your ding dong? I'm not following. Like the little Debbie cake? No? What is going on? What do you mean Johnson? It says your last name's Smith. Is this the wrong patient? Peter what? Why do you keep screaming Peter? You're saying pecker. Like a woodpecker? Like, just tell me what's wrong with you. What does this have to do with a pickle? Salami? Pepperoni? Sausage? Are you making a sandwich? I don't know what's happening. This isn't Subway. You don't get to pick your toppings here. What's a trouser monkey? A schlong? I need an interpreter. I don't know the words you're saying anymore. You're having drainage.
Where's
from your
Nader?
baloney pony.
I
We need
need
a
a-
site consult. Ding-a-ling? Dipstick? Knob. Like a doorknob? No. Fuck it, I'm done. I don't know what these words are, Anita. Dick, Conti. Dick. Southern lingo. Part 3.
So this ends our Sassy Nurse episode number 3, and I could totally identify with a lot of those because, like I say, I'm from the South. We did all the old wives' tales, all the superstitions. We did all the things, as he would say. And out of all his characters, Anita or Neater is my favorite. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this. Again, he is the Sassy Nurse. I think this one is the Sassy Nurse 2021 possibly, but he is on TikTok, and if you have TikTok and you don't follow him, go and follow him. He is really, really hilarious. So anyway, if you hadn't done it already, please go and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and share our videos with friends and family. And until our next video, peace.